all of the LeBron James haters is saying that LeBron James and the Lakers got a cheap 2020 NBA championship because they didn't have to travel anywhere. They didn't have to sleep in any different hotels. They didn't have any scrutiny going on when they would travel to any of these other facilities to play a game against the team that they were playing that night, so on and so forth. If you believe that, you're totally wrong. What's the new narrative going to be now? We're going to talk about that right after the jump. Welcome back to Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. Everyone wanted to see this series that they had talked so vehemently about. Before the season started, throughout the season, they wanted to see the LA Lakers against the LA Clippers, who was going to be the king of LA. And then whoever won the game between those two, who was going to play Giannis for the championship with the Milwaukee Bucks coming out of the East. Well, guess what? None of that happened. You know why? Because one, LA couldn't close. Lemon Pepper Lou, I guess he had too much butter and lemon sauce on his hands. Playoff P, choked like usual. And Giannis, he got to step his game up. But like I said, I don't know how many times any of you out there may have heard the Lakers didn't have the talent, or they didn't have the necessary pieces to stack up against any of the dominant teams in the East or the West, be it the Bucks and the Clippers. Everybody forget. Go back and look now. The Lakers were number one in the Western Conference this past season. I know Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, they were hurt. They weren't able to play this year. So, okay, cool. You know, who knows? The Golden State may have been number one and the Lakers number two. Who knows? You know, we'll never know. With all that woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda mess everybody like to say, or come up with these different narratives to make it sound as if, you know, if this team was healthy, they would have beat the Lakers. If that team would have did this, did that, whatever. Okay, cool. It's all good. But you got to understand one thing. I think Rob Pelinka was listening real closely to a lot of the things that many of you said about the Lakers throughout the season, in which they needed more guard play. They needed more forward play so that they can go ahead and give LeBron James and Anthony Davis time to sit on the bench and get a rest spell during games. Well, guess what? They went ahead and picked up some pretty decent pieces. They got Markieff Morrison, who allows the Lakers to spread the floor, even when LeBron James is not on the court and Anthony Davis is out there with the other ball players on the floor. So they continue to still run the same offense that they did previous to LeBron James taking his breather. Now, let's throw in Dion Waiters. Everybody knows Dion Waiters is a scorer. He's going to shoot. Dion Waiters will have a problem with going to find his shot when some of these other guys, they may not be as active, they may not be as gifted with doing that, but Dion Waiters doesn't have a problem at all with pulling up behind the three-point line to let you know he has arrived, and you can go ahead and hold my beer and get the ball out the net for me at the same time. But as I stated, a lot of you guys don't understand how taxing to the mind that is, being in a bubble where you're not able to go outside of that area to visit, to take a breath of fresh air, to do the things that you normally would do in life. I mean, guys, think back. Many of us was locked in our house. Well, I'm not going to say locked in our house, but many of us was indoors when this pandemic first kicked off because we didn't know which way this was going to go. Everybody was afraid of possibly coming down COVID positive, and they were doing their best to make sure that that didn't happen to him. But guys, you know what? With that being said, all of the players within the NBA, they were tested every day. They knew what they were getting themselves into. And you know what? This was a difficult feat because you had to have the brain matter. You had to have the strength of the mind to get through something like this and understand that, yes, you're going to be away from your family for a little while. These guys have been in the bubble, close to, was it 90, almost 100 days? I mean, let's be real here. Like I said, it came down to strength of the mind. Even in the light of the events that have taken place outside the bubble around the world, it was rough on everybody. Every last basketball player that was in that bubble, they went through the same thing, be it if their family was there or not. As LeBron James and a few of those other Laker ball players, they did not have their families there. Matter of fact, Caruso, his sister got married while he was in the bubble. He had the opportunity to take the time off and go, and guess what he said? I'll pass. I'm on a mission right now. So that leads me to believe these guys, they hunkered down together, understood what the ultimate goal was, and that was to win a championship. So it's not the Lakers' fault. Teams like the Clippers and the Bucks couldn't close the deal. I mean, hey, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I mean, you know, the Clippers choked. The Bucks just couldn't do it. I mean, hey, it is what it is. They couldn't finish it to get the championship. So, hey, crown the king and keep it pushing. But y'all got to remember one thing. Just like many of you out there, the Lakers going to reload too. Trust and believe. They're not going to tinker with it too much, but they are going to make some changes to make sure that they're still in contention next year to go ahead and repeat. But I'm going to close out with this. Like LeBron James said last night when they won that championship, give me my damn respect. And guess what? He needs and wants and should have, like LeBron James said, he wants his damn respect. Until next time, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. And remember, be that one and lead.